Well, the two largest pharmacy chains in the U.S. will begin selling abortion pills this month. CVS and Walgreens have become certified to dispense mifepristone under guidelines issued by the FDA last year. This medication will initially only be available with a prescription in a handful of states, including Massachusetts, New York, California, and Rhode Island. They will not be provided via mail. The pharmacies will gradually expand to all states where they can legally dispense abortion pills. For more on this, let's bring in CBS News senior White House correspondent Weijia Jiang. So, Weijia, how is President Biden reacting to this news?
Elaine, it's great to be with you. President Biden has issued a statement to say that this is an important milestone to ensure that women have access to mifepristone. And he also said that he and his administration would continue to fight under the relentless attacks. You can see here that he also encouraged all pharmacies that want to pursue this option to seek certification. Again, as I was mentioning, he said that he would continue to do whatever he could in his power to ensure the rights of women. And he also took an opportunity to say that it's time to restore the protections of Roe v. Wade. So this is an important milestone, as the president mentioned. And, he has been very vocal about this. And it's something that I think that many Democrats have united around. And as we have seen, Elaine, time and time again, is an issue that is so critical to Americans, not just women, but to families, to people all across this country.
That's right. I want to ask you about another topic, Weijia. Lawmakers stopped a partial shutdown from happening this weekend, but the deadline has only been pushed back by 1 week. So is that a victory for the Biden administration?
Well, the administration would say that this is a victory, at least in part, for the American people and for officials who work federal government jobs. But as you mentioned, Elaine, it's not a done deal yet because this only covers a handful of agencies, and Congress still has to sort out whether they'll be able to fund the other agencies, which money is due to run out in those places on March 8th. So what's interesting is March 7th, the president is delivering the State of the Union. So you're looking at a scenario where in the days leading up to that, there could be a lot of infighting, trying to get to another deal to make sure the rest of the government remains open, or that portion could shut down as well. But, Republicans didn't exactly want there to be a shutdown either, except for a small group that was threatening to vote against a deal because they wanted their own priorities to be represented. Because, politically, it's not really good for anybody because, again, these services that we're talking about that provide food stamps, that provide nutrition for women and children, these impact people whether they are Republicans or Democrats. And so there is optimism that there will be another measure to be able to keep the rest of the government open. But, until it's done, it's not done.
Well, in the meantime, President Biden called on former President Trump to join him in urging Congress to pass an immigration bill during their visits at the border yesterday. What is the president's strategy, Weijia, in issuing that challenge?
Well, I think there are two parts here, Elaine. The first is practical, and the president has recognized that there are issues at the border, and he has said, look, we need to come together. We need to find a way to have more funding so we can have more judges in place to be able to clear these cases of asylum applicants. We also need more security, more border agents. We need the resources, and he can't use executive power to produce that money. On the other hand, Elaine, there is a political component to this, because when we're talking about the border, we're not only talking about the border now. It is tied to funding for Ukraine, because Republicans have made so clear that they really will not consider any more aid to Ukraine until there is something resolved at the border. And so the president, we know, is pushing for more aid to Ukraine because really, he says it's not about what's happening there, but for national security purposes as well. And so I think this is the president showing once again that he's willing to come to the table, but it's up to Republicans to meet him there. And so it's also a strategy to win the political argument that we see play out at the border.
Right. Weijia Jiang at the White House for us. Weijia, thank you.